In most cases, and this is why those of us who fought in Europe rather than the Pacific were very grateful at least we were in a civilized area where there were buildings, sometimes barns, abandoned factories, homes, a few homes, where we could spend the night rather than pitching a tent.
And were those homes reserved for the officers, or were the enlisted men also able to use the homes?
Not reserved at all. In fact, my first mission as a second lieutenant platoon leader was to find places for my men, and then I took whatever I could find after that. I don't mean to sound like a hero, but that's just the way that I could show my men that I wanted to take care of them first.
And then while we're talking about living conditions, at that point in time, were you given rations, or did you have an actual meal kitchen that followed you?
That's a good question too. We tried to, excuse me, keep a meal kitchen as far forward as we could, but there were times when we simply couldn't. And so we were issued something called a K ration, which was a little package about the size of a shoebox, which had a prepared meat, canned meat, and some kind of a dried fruit, and a dried cereal of some kind, and that would be issued to us. And I recall one incident where I was on the front line. I know I'm jumping ahead now, because your mention of rations brought it to mind. We were so far in front, we could not be served a hot meal by a food kitchen or anything else. So a Jeep would come along and throw K-ration boxes to us, to our foxholes, and we would open them and eat what was there as best we could without exposing ourselves to the Germans. I was also a subscriber to Time magazine and the New Yorker, which each put out a so-called pony edition, Brian, which was a very much scaled down version without advertisements of their weekly issue. I was a long time subscriber to both those magazines in the States and loved them both dearly for their editorial comment, both Time magazine and the New Yorker. Well, lo and behold, through some arrangement made by somebody above me, they were able to get the pony edition of Time and the New Yorker and throw them to me in the foxhole so that I could keep up with my regular reading of Time and the New Yorker. This is a little sidebar incident of things that happen that are so incredulous to believe in the middle of combat, to pick up and look at a Helen Hawkinson cartoon from the New Yorker magazine and laugh out loud.